Stephon Diggs. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said. Better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. First down, here's the run with Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bills. Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Bass on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. They go play action with Wilson. Out to his left. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Washington now brings this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Now it's Wilson. Steps away.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
They're looking for Jeudy, but it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it. It's going well for them.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Allen to throw it. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Hines. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Singletary will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Washington now brings this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that Plague did on the last one.
Got a man open, it's Sutton. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Allen. Throw right side, caught by Davis. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. Touchdown! Allen on
on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Washington now brings this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw again on second down. Wilson throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Hey, 0.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Again, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick-6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Washington now brings this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Baron Browning from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. After the sack on 1st down, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And that's good for a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it.
And now the rookie's free. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 83 yards. And the Bills have taken a 6-touchdown lead. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Washington now brings this out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this will be incomplete. Well, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On 1st down, Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. Now Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. From the gun, it's Allen. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
36 power.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that.
Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen. And the Bills continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Washington now brings this out.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Being chased out left.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Allen now on 1st down. Going deep for Diggs. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs.
Allen off the play fake. Rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. And he's going to go down again. It's third and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to not get away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here.
And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Washington now brings this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.